More Houston Morning News with Matt Patrick now.
KTRH News Time is 5:16, and joining us in the studio, Sports Talk 790 host Matt Jackson. He's part of the big show on our sister station, Sports Talk 790. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure. Good to be here.
And you knew that you were coming in today. I guess you probably figured that we would be asking you for your services. All right, listen, I want to talk about Joe Paterno, and somebody that really has a great insight into Joe Paterno is Matt Jackson. You know Joe, you've had dinner with Joe, you've had conversations with Joe. I was mentioning to you that, that I was doing a couple of shows over the weekend in Ohio, in Cincinnati and in Cleveland. Talked about Joe Paterno trying to take the high road. Everybody thinks that he is a scumbag for covering up for Sandusky. I think Joe Paterno was more than that particular event over the course of almost 50 years at Penn State. What say you?
Well, I mean, it plays out like a Shakespearean tragedy because there was so much good done by Joe Paterno for that entire community, for college football, for education, for academia, for everything. What happened towards the last few months and what's going to continue to go on within the community is just terrible. I mean, it absolutely has torn up that community. I'm from State College. It's where I was born. I still have family there. I go up there a lot. I talk to people all the time down there. I don't know how this community is ever going to recover from this, because if ever a man has ever defined a community, it was Joe Paterno. His picture is everywhere. There's a statue of him outside the stadium. He built half the buildings on campus. There's so very little in State College, Pennsylvania. Without Joe Paterno, I mean, the town basically, I mean, it's a ghost town. I mean, I don't even know what can be said. Why people feel the way they do about Joe. When something horrible happens, people are victimized, people want someone to blame. And he's the most recognizable person you can blame.
Should he have done more?
Nobody knows who Jerry Sandusky is. Everyone knows who Joe Paterno is. And that's why he's taken the brunt of the criticism throughout this whole investigation.
But, Matt, now that he's died, are people still going to ask the question, should he have done more?
I mean, me personally, in the last 48 to 72 hours after his death, I don't think it's fair for people to do that. I think the time to do that is when the trial comes back around. To me, this is a time to celebrate what the man achieved, what he did, and there are so many stories that I'm sure will be out over the next couple of days. Adam Telefaro is somebody that I hope people know about. This is a kid that was paralyzed from the neck down. One of Paterno's players back in the late 1990s, and he has written a book since then. He's now recovered and he's walking. He's actually he's running to become a member of the Penn State Board of Regents now that they cleared out that whole Board of Regents after the situation that's gone up there. But he basically talked about how Paterno was there every single day during his rehab, checking in on him, was there for him. You've probably heard the story about John Capoletti, the Heisman Trophy winner, his brother, who, of course, was tragically ill, had just a rare disease, and Paterno was very instrumental in helping him get all the health care he needed and everything there. There's just so many stories of not just football players that Joe Paterno helped, but all the men and women that attended the university and the money that he gave back to the school and the library and everything. There's just so many positives around him that are not just about football.
Matt Jackson joining us here this morning, and I appreciate you coming in. You've got a unique perspective on Joe Paterno. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, let's talk about something a little more uplifting, I know. Well, maybe not for you.
Not for a 49er fan, no.
So this is just really going to be a downer for you. But we're going to talk about Super Bowl 46 at any rate, and, of course, the games that led up to it.
Now, back to Matt and your morning news.
KTRH News Time is 5:22. Matt Jackson joining us from Sports Talk 790. He's part of the big show. Super Bowl 46. I know both you and Lois not very happy this morning. Lois was in San Francisco. She used to live in San Francisco. You're a big 49ers fan. Kickers, we love them, we hate them.
It's the Super Bowl that everyone wanted except for Lois and I. Next in Indianapolis.
Well, can we get rid of number 10, by the way, on the 49ers?
I know. Eli Manning just would not die yesterday. The 49ers hit Eli Manning 21 times yesterday. He dropped back on 58 occasions, and over a third of them, he was hit by a large individual. I mean, that guy is a zombie. He's undead. You just cannot kill that guy. He kept getting up and getting up and getting up. But the game obviously turned on the 2 fumbled punt returns by Kyle Williams, and the Giants in overtime kicked the field goal. It was a great game. It really was a good game. If you didn't have a rooting interest, you had to enjoy the game. The Giants got a break, and they get there, and I think they're playing the best football of the 2 teams remaining. Frankly, the Patriots did not deserve to win.
No,
yesterday.
they did not.
The Ravens clearly outplayed them. The media that were if I was Joe Flacco, the quarterback of the Ravens, I would have punched every single media member in the face, because all they were doing after the game was still talking about his performance and are you good enough to get to the team Super Bowl. The guy outplayed Tom Brady yesterday. The guy put the ball where it had to be late, threw the ball to Lee Evans in the end zone with 32 seconds left. It appeared he had both feet down before it was stripped. I'm still not sure why they didn't review it in the booth. And then what can you do about kickers? I mean, a 32-yard field goal. I personally know I can make that kick. Now, maybe not under that type of pressure. I have a soccer background. I know I can. I know I can make that.
Keep that in mind.
I know I can make that kick, but it's got to make a guy like Ed Reed and Ray Lewis sick to death. That a kicker costs you everything you fought for all year, and you got a puny little kicker who's not really a real football player, and he can't make a freaking kick.
Should we get rid of kickers altogether and just...
Who needs kickers?
I hear you.
Honestly.
No, I hear you.
Does anyone say, oh, gosh darn it, we need more punts in this game? Can we please get some more punts in this game?
Matt Jackson joining us here this morning. All right, my friend, we'll certainly have you back before the Super Bowl. It is good to see you.